Good day and welcome to a life worth living, where I believe that everyone has a plan for their life. And here's a message of hope and truth to shed light to help you find that plan for your life. So, Genesis chapter 2 this morning. In Genesis chapter 2, we have very interesting scriptures that talk about, it's a recap of creation, real quick recap. But it lets us know that God has a plan for each of us. It also lets us know that God cares about each of us. In Genesis 2 verses 16 to 18, we see that God gave us some moral limits. He said to Adam, "Here's your home. I planted a garden for you. Of every tree and every herb and every fruit of this garden you can freely eat, except for one. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil in the middle, I don't want you to even touch it. I don't want you to eat it, for on the day that you do, you will surely die." And right after that, God looked at Adam and he said, this alone business is for the birds. Really, it's not for the birds, because the birds are the ones that are together the most. But he said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helpmeet, someone to be beside him, to work with him, to be a partner, to be a guide, to be someone that there can be there for him emotionally, spiritually, physically." And so God said, "Here's all the animals." And Adam named all the animals, and there was no helpmeet found for him in the animals. So God created him Eve out of his own ribs. So in this, we got to understand that there is a need for moral limits. It's very important that we have moral limits. We have a belief system. We have a foundation. We have something that can guide us. We have proper filters on our life to ensure that we don't go outside the bounds of what we believe. The more we go outside the bounds of what we believe, the less that we will follow what we believe. We need to hold ourselves in. What happened with Adam and Eve? Well, we'll find out later on that they disobeyed God and ate of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and were kicked out. And so, because they went beyond the bounds of what God had asked them to believe, they were kicked out of their paradise. They were kicked out of their God-given right. So, we need a filter of obedience. We need a filter of love, a filter of peace, a filter of righteousness, a filter of what would Jesus do, a filter of cheerful giving, a filter of benevolence. It's important that we put filters in our life so that when we make decisions, we make the right decisions. If it goes outside the boundaries of your filters, don't do it. Stay within those filters. And secondly, this morning, there's a need for partnership. It's very important that we work together, that we have that human interaction, that we have that camaraderie with other people. The partnership part is very important. We all need to have human contact. We must have social interaction. We must have marital interaction. We must have intimate interaction. And each one of these, social, marital, intimate, should have emotional, physical, and spiritual interaction within them. So it's very important that we learn to interact with people. This modern age of technology, like we're doing here, is great, but it's also terrible because there's no human interaction. So get out today I challenge you. And shake someone's hand. Smile. Tell somebody you love them. Tell someone that you appreciate them. Have some human interaction, and it will completely change your day. And have a life worth living. God bless you. Have an amazing day. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.